Hello TikTokers, I am the Christian Relationship Counsellor and I'm on YouTube, brand new channel, started 2 weeks ago. So please find me, subscribe and share if you like this video because, well, I guess if you're on TikTok you'll get them anyway. But yeah, I'd like you to subscribe anyway. So yes, what did I want to talk about today? Whether Jesus was the Son of Man or the Son of God. And why did this come about? I guess I'm wading through Matthew at the moment and I'm seeing what kind of inspiration I come up with. So today's inspiration, I'm going to share it with you. So when Jesus came to the region of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, "Who do people say the Son of Man is?" They replied, "Some say it's John the Baptist, others say it's Elijah, and still others, Jeremiah, or one of the prophets." "But what about you?" he asked. "Who do you say I am?" Simon Peter answered, "You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God." Jesus replied, "Blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah, for this was not revealed to you by flesh and blood, but by my Father in heaven." And sometimes we are given an insight. We do not receive the insight through education or exposure. It comes through what some people call the sixth sense, where we intuitively feel, know and understand. And Simon responded from a spirit of knowing. And that's why, likewise, we cannot always rely on what we see on TV, what we hear on the radio, what we read in the news, what we see on social media, because it can be contrived. It doesn't necessarily mean it's true. But when you're going from a spirit of knowing, what they call sixth sense, it's like your intuition, that is truth. And a lot of people don't deny that intuition. They don't rely on it. And I'll give you an example. I was going, when they were talking about getting rid of petrol cars. Yeah, and at the time they were talking about getting rid of petrol cars. And no, that is incorrect. What they were talking about, well, let me start from the beginning. I decided to buy a new car. This was about 5 years ago. And it was at a time there was this controversy about petrol and diesel, but it wasn't as strong as when I bought the car. Anyway, I'm walking from work during my lunch break, as I normally do, and I pass this garage and I decided to have a look because I was looking for a new car. And this guy comes out to me and he shows me this yellow sports car. Now, yellow is number one, is not me. Sports car, definitely not me. And it was so kind of I forget what it was. It was a Vauxhall SRI something or other. Anyway, by the time I finished, I decided to buy it. The salesman talk. So I went home and he said, "Okay, when you're going to come in?" I said the following day and, get the money together. And I had the money together and I woke up in the morning and I had this intuition that said, this about the diesel. They were doing away with diesel and this was a diesel car. And I thought to myself, you know something, I shouldn't get that car. I'm not going to get that car because that image or that intuition or that voice that I heard was so clear. But what does Muggins do? She calls her daughter and I say to my daughter, I've seen this beautiful car and but I've had a voice that said I shouldn't buy it. She goes, "Oh, Mum," she said, "it's because you feel as though you don't deserve that beautiful sports car. You're talking yourself out of it." And she made me question myself. Was it because I thought I wasn't entitled or I didn't believe I should have a car like that? And so I decided to buy the car. And I think not even a month later, they came out with this thing about diesel cars. And I ended up panicking about a month after that and selling it back to selling it in Car Giant in northwest London. Paid £7,000 for it in 2 months. I got 3,500 part exchange. Now, if I'd followed my intuition, if I'd followed that voice, I wouldn't have found myself £5,000 short. But I did. And that's what I'm saying. Our intuition comes to protect us. And we need to follow it when you get that kind. And especially when it's so clear. It was so clear. Why the hell didn't I just rely on it? But anyway, what have I got here? We're given intuition to protect us. The dictionary describes it as a supposed intuitive faculty giving awareness, not explicable in terms of normal perception. So why say supposed intuitive faculty? Because logic does not believe in anything that cannot be evidenced. That's why they say that. They do not believe. The logical people do not believe in intuition. They do not believe in, that spiritual awareness. The fact that you can actually foresee things and you're actually protected. They do not believe in that. But if you go into yourself and if you're even in the silence, you'll hear a voice. And you have to listen. Sometimes our lives and our minds are too busy. We cannot listen, but it's there. And it's there to protect us. So faith, on the other hand, is defined as complete trust or confidence in something or someone. And that's because an individual can control faith. They control what they believe in. So logical beings are happy with that one. Faith is okay. Sixth sense or intuition is not. So a lot of us defy intuition, like I said before. So Simon knew intuitively that in that moment, Jesus was the Son of God, not the Son of Man. Jesus was the Son of Man, in my opinion, my humble opinion, when he chastised his disciples for not having faith to perform miracles. Remember when they wouldn't get the demon out of that boy, that man's son, because they didn't believe they had the ability to perform a miracle of healing. And he lacked tolerance for that Gentile woman who insisted he acknowledge her because she wasn't an Israelite, but she insisted. But he showed lack of intolerance and discrimination. And to me, those are traits of a son of man, humans like us. He also was crying and emotional when he knew he was going to die. Those are traits of the Son of Man. And so in Matthew 18:22, Jesus told them the Son of Man would be betrayed and killed. The Son of God can't be betrayed and killed, but the Son of Man can. So his gift of prophecy transformed him into the Son of God. The Son of God is love. It's the virgin birth. It's the deliverer. It's the fact that he died on the cross for us. It's the resurrection. It's the forgiveness of sins. He ascended into heaven and he still lives. That is the Son of God. So there was a kind of a dichotomy with Jesus. He had kind of two sides to him that he was battling with, the Son of God and the Son of Man. And that's like most of us. We both have two sides, the evil side and the good side, and we battle with both. We have the parts where we're temperamental and we're intolerant and we discriminate, and we're not awful beings, but we're just humans. And then we have the spiritual side of us that is pure, that is good, that is love. And not many times is that seen. But we are all children of God. We all have the potential of being children of God. It's just that the Son of Man seeps in every now and then, like that snake in the garden who tempted Eve and made her give up her will, her free will. So I'm the Christian Relationship Counsellor. Sometimes my videos refer to relationships. Sometimes they're just about raising awareness and bringing the Bible to life so that we can recognise it in this time and we can relate to it, because the Bible is an eternal book and we have lots of different interpretations depending on who wrote it, who translated it, who's interpreting it. So we all have our own gift of translating the Bible, and it's what suits you that will bring you to my channel. So thank you very much. Please